What's up, guys? There's something I want to speak about. Something that's got to do with Africans. All Africans, whether you're from Uganda, from South Africa, from Namibia, from Nigeria, it doesn't matter. All African countries, all the Africans. In every African country you go to, you will always hear the stereotype that black people like to steal. Now, here's something that you probably didn't know. Or maybe you did, but yeah, I'm gonna make it clear for you. Do you know that many years, thousands and thousands of years ago, before European colonization and all this fancy empires and all that, before that, many years ago, there were tribes. The tribes we know today, we've got many tribes in Africa. There are so many tribes in Africa. We've got the Zulu tribe, we've got the Xhosa tribe, we've got Khoisan tribe, we've got the Yoruba tribe, we've got all these different tribes in Africa. Now these tribes are very old tribes, there's etc. Now you see these tribes, right? Something about these tribes is they lived in Africa, and we all know Africa, if we didn't have what we have today, would be a very difficult life. We'd be fighting lions, leopards, we'd be fighting, hunting buffaloes, springbok, we'd be faced with crocodiles whenever we try to go fetch water, all these things. Life would be very dangerous. So you gotta think that these tribes' lives were very dangerous and very difficult, right? But they always managed because they had a survival instincts. They were tough enough to survive. Now the stealing part, just imagine all these tribes were very protective over their people and over their tribe, and especially very protective over their land. Now the thing is with these people, they were like monarchies. They'd always think on expanding their tribes. More people, more land. So what you should know is that they used to be nomadic. A lot of tribes in Africa were nomadic tribes. They travel all over throughout Africa. And whilst traveling, they would meet with other tribes while doing their traveling. And what do you think would happen when two tribes see each other? You gotta know Africa is a very hot place. It's a hot place. So they're walking in the sun. You gotta know clothes had to be made by hand by the women of the village. Food was very difficult for hunting. You had to go and hunt. Food, it's not like you could go to the grocery store and get yourself food. You had to work hard to get food, because there were even times you don't know whether you're going to eat the next day, because you had to look for food, kill food and eat. Water, you had to go through long journeys just searching for water if you were thirsty. And even getting water is dangerous because crocodiles and piranhas, whatever, could kill you. All these things. And then you gotta know weaponry. Sometimes there'll be shortages of weaponry, and people had to make more weaponry because, animals attack, and even the people, they needed to protect their people because, these tribes want to expand their tribes. So what do you think happens when they meet each other? Because you must know, when they walk, they make sure they carry food on them. They make sure they carry water on them. They all got weapons. And you gotta know, these tribes had beautiful women and strong men. What happens when they see each other? A war breaks out. Then they start fighting each other and killing each other. And the one that remains victorious, they take all the food, they take all the water, and they take the women and children and add them to their army or their tribe, and so on. And they move on. That used to happen. It was a common thing to happen. So the stealing part came from survival. They had to steal for survival, and they had to kill for survival, because you could never steal and get away with it without getting killed. So they had to kill to survive. So that's the thing. It's been like that for thousands of years. But we shouldn't actually, I'm not trying to advocate for like crime or anything, but I'm just trying to let y'all know That's what it used to be like in Africa thousands of years ago. And the thing is, that stereotype still lives till this day, because it still happens in today's day and age. And you know why? Because people are still struggling. Those people thousands of years ago were struggling. That is the reason for stealing. That was their reason to steal from others, because they struggled. Today we have the convenience of cars, we have the convenience of nice warm houses, we have the convenience of covering our entire bodies with nice warm clothes. We have the convenience of, when it's winter, we got heaters, when it's summer, we got air cons. We've got all these things. We don't need to go hunt our food. We can go to the grocery store and buy us some food, or to the restaurant and go buy some food. All these conveniences we have. We have fresh running water that comes out from our taps, or we can even go to the shop and buy ourselves a bottle of water, clean water. We have all these things. And yet, there are people who don't have it, that have to work so hard just to get it. So what do you think they're going to do when they see it right there in front of them and they can just take it? They're obviously going to fight and take it. That's what they're going to do. So think about that. The more people struggle, the more crime you're going to have. Sure.